Hey, David here. I want to tell you about one of the most important things you want to learn in watercolor, and that is to creating soft edges. When you're doing watercolor, we've always been told that it's so hard, and it is a little bit hard, but once you get to know how to do a soft edge, that's all you do. You do nothing but soft edges in your work. So let me just show you really quickly what I'm talking about when I'm talking soft edges. So this week we're going to be doing an owl, and we need it to look like feathers. And so a lot of times feathers and fur could be soft edged. And so when you're doing a soft edge, watercolor is probably one of the best mediums to get a soft edge because it does it all on its own. And what am I talking about? You put down water and then you put the pigment into the water to create the soft edge. Now it all depends on how much pigment you put into the water, but so it's always wet in the wet. Basically, you're always, when you're working watercolor, you're working wet in the wet. Let me just show you. So here I'm going to put down a wash of water. I'm just going to use blues on this one. Prussian blue I'm going to use for this. And so Prussian blue, when I put a lot of water in here, and I'm putting it down, and you can see I'm putting it on dry paper, and see I'm getting a hard edge, right? But inside this hard edge will be a soft edges, and will be floating pigment. And that's the best thing about watercolor, is that you're getting soft edges on their own. You don't have to do a soft edge. You don't have to create a soft edge by blurring or smudging or blending. You don't have to do that. You just have to pick up more pigment than water. And so basically, if I put this down, I'm putting it down, and with just a little bit more pigment in my brush, and of course those edges there are going to be soft. The more pigment I use, the harder that edge will be. The thicker and the more pigment I have, and I'm not putting any water in my brush, there's pretty much pure pigment on my brush right at the moment. And so when I put that into a wash, a wet into wet wash, I can get a pretty hard edge. It's still going to be always going to be soft. When you're working wet and wet, it's always going to be soft, but the more pigment I use in a wet wash, the more it's going to be harder. So if I put a lot of water in my brush, I'm going to put a lot of water in my brush, and there's already water down here. If I do this, see how then it's going to spread out more. It's going to spread out more and more. And again, if I put more and more water on top of that, it's just going to spread out. And that will soften the edge. You don't have, that edge is created on its own. You don't blend in watercolor. Not like acrylics or like oils and even pastels where you're blending to get your soft edges. You don't do that in watercolor. Watercolor, you will let it create its own soft edge. It's the best thing about watercolor. I love that. The fact that I don't have to do anything after I put down the wash. Though what you want to learn is how much pigment to water ratio you have. So again, I use a bigger brush this time. I'm going to do a bigger area. I'm going to wet a huge area here. So I'm just wetting a huge area of water, and I can see where I'm going a little bit because I have a little bit of light blue in it. My brush still has a little bit of blue in it from testing this out. And so it's pretty wet, and knowing how much water you have down and knowing how much pigment to use, that just comes by practice. Knowing how much water, how much pigment you have down, and it's basically teaching yourself when you're doing this to look at it and feel the feel of it. And so basically, when I put my brush into the paint, it has to be fresh. That's one thing. Most students who are beginners don't use enough paint to make it so that it sticks there. See how that was a lot of paint, but look at how it's still bleeding. It's still bleeding. Give me those little fingers, and that can look great, like for fur. For fur, you can get that kind of look with the little fingers. And it all depends on how much water's on your paper and how much pigment you have in your brush and how much water you have in your brush. So on this small one here, if I went and wanted to write something, I could actually write it because there's pure pigment on my brush, hardly any water. Now this is really wet down here, and you can tell now if I put a little bit more water on there, watch. Now it's going to keep on spreading because there's a lot more water in my brush. And if I put even more water down, it's going to get more and more where it'll just bleed out, right? And it's going to keep on doing that because that's one reason you don't want to hair dry it, because if you use a hair dryer, what will happen is it'll freeze it right there and it'll push stuff around because it's pretty wet. But right now it's just spreading out, it's spreading out, spreading out. And even this part that was really, really wet, but I used really a lot of pigment, and still a little bit of water is kind of going through there, giving me those little bit of fur kind of look. So again, to get this soft edge is always wet in the wet. So right against the edge here, like if I put the same color against the edge, that's going to be a hard edge. See, I mean, it's a very hard edge because that's dry. Dry right here. This part is dry. And so that's going to give me a very hard edge. Now in here, it's going to give me a wet edge. And because it's wet into wet, so this would be wet, right? So look at it, it's going to bleed. And depending on how much pigment you have in your brush, it's going to determine how far it bleeds. If I use a lot of pigment with hardly any water in my brush, so I just rubbed off my brush on here, so it's pure. It's going to be pure pigment now. No water in my brush. It's going to be, my brush is damp, and I can do the same thing. But now it's really thick with paint, so it will not bleed as far. See how that was very wet, my brush with a lot of pigment in it. This hardly has any water in it, and it's almost pure pigment, meaning that it's very thick. It will still give me a soft edge no matter what. If it's wet, if the surface is wet, you're going to get a soft edge. It's just how much pigment you have in your brush to control that, how far it bleeds. So it's really important to know and practice this on just sheets of paper where you're not doing a painting. Take your paper and just wet it and mess around with pigment. You'll realize how much pigment you do need to get a certain effect. You know, if you use a lot of water and you're using just tint after tint, watch here, I'm going to use a lot of water. This is a lot of water. There's already a lot of water on here. If I want to write something or if I want to make a soft edge, see, it's just going to bleed all over. See, I can just do this, and it's very wet. Everything is very wet, and this edge will be very soft. And then when I talk about floating your pigment, a lot of times what I also would like to do is I like to float other colors in there. And so you're not just using one color. You can just let the pigment float in there and create itself, like it'll mix itself together because it's sitting on top of the water and it's kind of blending together on its own. See, a watercolor does a lot on its own, and so you don't have to push it. You just bring in the pigment on top of the water, and again, depending on how much water is on your brush is going to determine how far it runs. So if I put a lot of water on here, it's going to run really far and give me watermarks if it's damp. If it's damp, it'll give me watermarks. But this is something that you should just take sheets of paper, and it doesn't matter what paper you use either on this. You could use a board, you could use, I can use like, here, I'll use a piece of, here's a piece of matte board. This is a piece of matte board. Not anything to do with watercolor whatsoever. It's a piece of matte board that you're matting your picture with. If I wet it, it shouldn't act any different because it's just basically sitting there, the water, and it'll do the same thing. Now, it depends on how much goes into the paper or how much goes into the matte board. But watch this. If I use a lot of pigment, I just wet it, and if I do the same thing, it does the same thing. I don't care what you work on because it's all about water and pigment. And what it soaks into or what it doesn't soak into, that you learn by practicing on that paper or on matte board. I mean, look at that. This is all wet, and I use enough pigment. It's going to keep on bleeding because there's no sizing in this, so it'll probably keep on bleeding. But look at, I mean, you could just work it really thick, and it's going to give me a soft edge. You know, how about if I want to wash on here, and this part over here is dry, it's going to give me a hard edge, right? So it doesn't really matter what you're working on. Learning how to do wet in the wet and wet on dry is all about the water and pigment. And what the surface is, yes, it dictates on how it's going to bleed into the paper or sit on top, but that's about it. It's either going to sit on top or it's going to bleed in. Or it's going to just kind of bleed away from that. But then you can stop that bleeding from just adding more pigment. It's like, see, this is a matte board. This is not meant to be used as a watercolor, but look at, if you learn how to do wet into wet correctly, you can work on anything. You can really work on anything. And there's times when I've been doing like abstract work on some really weird like material, and it's okay as long as you know how much water to use and how much pigment, how thick you need to use it. And also depending on what kind of, are you using gouache or watercolor or acrylic, that'll make a difference. But when it comes to watercolor and creating a soft edge, it's all about the water and the pigment ratio that you're going to use with each other. I mean, look at it. I even got in this, I even got a gradation, a soft, nice soft edge, because the water is what gives me the soft edge. I don't have to do this. I don't have to blend it. It just blends on its own. And it all depends on how much pigment I use in the dark area and in the light area. This is matte board. And, you know, this is matte board. And so, it's not made for watercolor. So we can leave that aside there. And so here you see, again, all the soft edges and all the hard edges. And here, look at when we started this, I had those lines in there because there's so much water, more water than there was pigment. It just kept on bleeding through there. And this is 140, and it also sunk into the middle, and so it's going to bleed in if your paper is like wrinkled, and it'll gauge it with a little bit more water in the middle here. And so look at that, but look at the softness I got in all that. And now I can go back into all this. This is still wet, and I can go in with always looking from the side. You can see from looking at the side if it's still wet by glistening. It's a glistening wetness. It shines, and so if it's not shining, that means it's no man's land. You don't want to go into that at all, because then it's damp and it won't float. Your pigment will not float. But here it's still wet enough where I can do a line. I can't put more water than is there, because if I put more water there, it will bleed and give me watermarks. But if I use more pigment than the water, then I can control the pigment, and then just go in there and push it around and get my soft edges. And this is so important, because this is what all watercolor is. It's basically learning how to use that medium with the water. So practice. Don't do a painting. Just take a sheet of paper like I'm using here and just try to create soft edges, hard edges, harder edges. Try to create clouds maybe. Go in there and see if you can't do the outer side. Now this is starting to get a little bit too dry here, so this is damp. And look, you're going to get a watermark, because then you're putting on more water than it's down on the paper, and that gives you watermarks. Like here, this is too wet, so you're going to get watermarks. But the more I work with this, then you know what it is that you're going to get when as soon as you put your brush down to paper, you can see right away that there's a lot of water here, and it's going to give me those little fingers. Maybe that's what I want, and that's how I create it. Now this got out of hand because it was so wet, but look at how it just bled in there. And so that line where I thought was really dark, it look at it just bled away because it keeps on working. Here I'm going to put a little thicker. And also, if you take away water from the thing, let's say I'll take a towel and I get rid of some of the water, because water is what softens it. It'll make it hard edge then. Now this will be soft because I'm using a towel, and so it looks soft. But if this was really wet right there, it would bleed back in, because the water. This is dry now, and in having a dry edge against the wet edge, it will sink into that spot and give me a hard edge. Sooner or later, this will be a hard edge because I took away the water. Water makes the soft edges. Water makes the soft edges, and depending on how much pigment you use, gives them harder and harder. So I can go in there now, and I can get a really nice hard edge. And I used a very dark color to show you that, but you can do also that with light colors, but they're not going to be really dark. So this is a Prussian blue, so it gets really, really dark. But I wanted to use that to show you how hard edge that gets when you're doing that. All right, so that's it. And when it comes to soft edges, I want you to be able to do them and let the watercolor do that for you. All right? We'll see you hopefully on Thursday, where we'll be doing an owl, which has feathers and it has to be soft edge. So please try to do it wet into wet. All right, and I'll see you on Thursday. Bye-bye.